Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Ready, 8, read. 42.
Check tight end, check tight. Check tight.
Snap.
Throwing on first down. Watt. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll try the left side. Waters. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
42 is the mic. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Get it.
To throw on second down. Watt. He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
We own it. We own it.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go. Here we go. In and out. Let's go.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 34-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Watt got his man complete over the middle. That's Waters. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yo, 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 yo.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Again, he was looking for Devontae Adams, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Jones. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
To throw on 3rd down, Wilson. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
First down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Check 24, check 24. Bump over the mic. Mike, bump over the mic.
Now Wilson on first down. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Now Wilson. Touchdown, Packers. From 3 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check three.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Watt. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Steps away to his left. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The escapability in evidence there. Is that one good for 15 and a 1st?
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank.
60 outlaw.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 45-yard line.
Set, ready, 18, Gator.
3 buck.
Skid.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watt. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line.
That's another Detroit Lions 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. From the gun, Watt. He wants it all for the end zone. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Mike 51, Mike, let's set a tone.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. And now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded just inside the 30. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keeps your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
I like when you're organized with your points. Well
Point
done.
A, B, and C.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Ready? 10-2 stop.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
To throw on second down. Watt. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Jones. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jared Davis picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Wilson operating from the gun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Trey Flowers providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
This quarterback now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
All right, partner, I wasn't good enough to get this done, but I played with plenty of guys who did. When they spotted wide receiver screen and they got to the football fast and blew the whole thing up, the same result as we just saw usually happened. No gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watt, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Watt. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Throwing deep for Galladay, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Back to throw. Watt, open man. He's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ready?
This quarterback now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but first and 10 here.
Kill. Hey, alert 3.
Blue draw Corker.
25. Check 25.
Ready?
Looking to throw. Watt. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 32 on the play. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this. And my goodness, another interception. Kevin King with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
From the 36, Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Wilson now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. From the gun, Wilson. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, a 22. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the 30 on second down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live foot. It's a foot race. The 40, the 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Lions. As his guys are in for 6, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wilson now operating from the gun. It's caught here by Adams. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Let's go, fellas.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. It's caught. Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered. And then when they catch it, Good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. On first down, Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down. Again, Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Shrink that ball. No.
Now a run with Montgomery. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
It's 3rd and 10.
Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Watt. And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will knot us up at 10. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
they are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, someone wasn't very happy about that game being tied up. They came right back at him with a big-time return. They want to get back out in front as fast as possible.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Wilson. And that is incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And his kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Let's go. 90, Wolf.
Check. 42's the mark. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 3rd and 2. Watt. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
Let's go now. 10-2 start.
And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Let's go.
To throw on 2nd down. Watt. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Montgomery. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Don't get nervous.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the gun, Watt. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Waters. They'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Montgomery on the counter. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Packer pressure, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming.
A 27-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now it's Wilson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defender.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones. 44 yards. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. The extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On 3rd down, Watt out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. The give is to Jones. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. And Adams has it complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go again to Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game, his 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Watt nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack results.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Ready. 8, read. X3. 218, chop it. Lead dribble.
Off play action. Watt. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Watt. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Mike, 44. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Packers, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.